not for just the blockchain industry, but for those new investors, for those experienced investors, we want to be able to provide an entire platform and an ecosystem that anybody can be able to, that'll be able to jump on and benefit from. So it's I mean it's quite a job,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Actually,
we're
we are online right
yeah,
now.
awesome.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah,
Oh, there we go.
and I just want to introduce. My name is Slava. We have Zachary here, and we
Hey guys.
will, yeah, we will talk in a few minutes, and we will start asking actual questions. Right now, just a small talk before all the people will join our session. And to continue our conversation, where are you based now, actually, right now?
I'm based in Queensland, Australia, so yeah, there's no real that much restrictions in the way of COVID or lockdown here, which is great. But I mean, there is international flight restrictions, so that really sort of sucks because we
Oh,
can't.
really?
Yeah, because I think they've opened up a couple of flights, but we can't really like. I wouldn't be able to get to Dubai, I don't think, or anything like that for the expo. So
Yes.
those type of events I do want to be able to go to and mingle with all the contacts and catch up with new faces and whatnot. But yeah, primarily just in beautiful Australia. We call it the Sunshine State. Beautiful white sandy beaches, beautiful ocean, good trees, good food. So yeah, it's
Correct me
great.
if I'm wrong. You have a springtime right now.
I think it is. Yeah, I think it is spring. But yeah, or autumn or spring. Sometimes you just forget because you don't go outside too much.
Yeah. Actually, you have summer all the time, so
Yeah,
you
yeah,
actually not
yeah.
sure.
Basically, it's basically summer all the time. Yeah.
But formally, you have a springtime right now. Then you have
mm,
summer. Uh,
mm,
in contrary, we have fall time
yep,
now, and
yep.
then we have a winter. And it's in Europe, it's a bit different to have a winter and summertime.
Yeah, far out. Yeah, that'd be quite a transition though, wouldn't it? If myself coming over to Europe or yourself coming over to Australia, I mean that would be going from the freezing cold to just the scorching desert, pretty much.
Yeah, and you mentioned Dubai. If it was possible, you will go to Dubai to some conference.
Yeah, I would have loved to, go over to Dubai for the blockchain networking events that they host over there, and I mean Australia. I feel like we're just behind. It feels, even in technology, Slava, for example, latest computers and latest graphic cards and CPUs. It feels like we're always the last people to get that stuff, and I hate it, man. I want to get it like now, like here now. But yeah, it just feels like Australia's behind, sort of, a lot of the time with multiple technology. Even the internet. I mean, oh, don't even get me started on the internet. I mean, we've got fiber optic, yeah, but it's in no way as fast as what some other countries have it. I mean, China, Europe, United States, they all have these blazing fast internet, really cheap, and then here's us paying hundreds of dollars a month for this crappy internet, and it's just bizarre. I don't understand, but yeah,
It's funny, yeah, how it's different from your perspective. It's totally different continent, and
yeah, yeah.
uh, the Australia is again. It's more about Europe than Asia. Am I right
Mm.
or
Yeah, I
not?
believe so. Yeah, like it's like we are a multicultural country, and you do see a lot of different culture here, and you see you see yeah, Asian, Lebanese, European, American. Yeah, you just see the Swedish as well. I mean, a lot of the beaches you'll see a lot of European tourists, and then in the cities you see a lot of like primarily like Asian and people from Lebanon and the Arabic countries as well. And it's just like that's almost like the way of passage here in Australia. It's just yeah, it's just I don't know, it just happens like that. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, I mean, there is a few yeah, a different a different field here in Australia. I mean, I've lived in almost every capital city in Australia. I mean, I've lived in Perth, I've lived in Sydney, I've visited Melbourne. Um, I've gone to, yeah, I mean, I've been up north to Northern Territory, which is another state. I've been to Alice Springs. I haven't been to Darwin, but I've got a friend in Darwin that I plan on seeing very soon. We're going to catch up, talk some tech and blockchain, which will be fun. But yeah, I've pretty much lived around Australia and traveled. I pretty much drove a little convertible car and drove around, took photos and everything like that along the coastline, and I got some amazing photos, and I got to put them up in a gallery and stuff like that, which was great.
Yeah.
And
What about the
yeah,
rest of the team? Is it primarily Australian or
the what?
all over?
Sorry.
What is
Oh,
the
the
rest
team. The
of the team?
team primarily with Ultra, we have UK, so London, pretty much,
Okay.
which is Emma and Dave, who formerly just stepped down from the CEO position. He was from the same area as Emma, I believe, over in UK. Kevin and myself both in Australia,
Okay.
and I don't really know where Matt. I think Matt's in the United States, so we are quite a remote and a diverse team. So
I see.
our hours do work well because I've just started going through and sort of changing up that sort of work life balance and getting that sleep I need to be efficient. And yeah, so when I'm going to bed, these guys are waking up. So it's just a nice crossover, a good transition, and we're able to just get a bit more work done. So yeah, I mean that's a benefit.
But as far as I remember, you woke up the first, and you have like a 4 hours or even more in front of the rest of the team, right?
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So I've normally always I'm normally always the one that's awake or yeah, up later. I just want to make sure things are running smoothly and stuff's getting done and the guys are enjoying themselves. I'm big on morale, like team morale, and I'm always trying to improve. I'm asking the guys, like, for example, the community moderators, is there anything I can do to make your job easier? Is there anything I can do to make it more fun or more enjoyable? So I really do care about everybody. It doesn't matter what their position is. I want to make sure that everybody's enjoying what they're doing and they're having fun, but at the same time making sure that work's getting done. And that's just the key. I mean, the trick, and I'm sure you'd have that same sort of experience
Yeah.
yourself. Making sure your team's working and having fun and enjoying themselves and everything like that. So yeah, I'm sure you can relate quite well.
Yeah, good. Warm welcome to everyone who join us right now. I just refresh what we are talking about here. We are continuing the series of live sessions with the partners of PureFi. And today our dear guest is Zachary from UltraSafe protocol, and he will tell us about it sooner. As on my turn, I will give you the details about the nature of our collaborations. While our CTO, Mike, and his team are developing the actual product, the PureFi team already has the opportunity to make DeFi compliant and cleaner. To achieve this, we have the ML analytics available, PureFi technical core, and the utility token. Projects purchase our token to be able to use the service, get their compliance certificate, while PureFi gets to test its product even under the process of development. It's called CASDEV, and we believe it's necessity for building products that are actually in high demand on the market. And now let's move to our guest. And first of all, first thing first, tell us about the Ultra project, where you are now and where you're heading, what are you going to do
Yeah,
with.
definitely. Yeah, well, yeah, I would love to. Always love talking about Ultra. So, yeah, we're starting, or we've started off as your sort of typical BSC project. I'm not going to beat around the bush with anything. Yeah, I believe it's been about 3.5 months or 3 months since it first launched. With the previous team. And then before Dave stepping down and myself jumping on board, we're currently in this transition phase of rebranding into the Ultra protocol. So we're going to be releasing an ecosystem of products and services that help new and existing investors in DeFi and blockchain industry itself look for great vetted projects and projects to launch themselves. But not only that, also we want to be able to bring out sort of almost like scholarships for designers, because NFTs are popping right now. There is so many NFT marketplaces and NFTs being designed now. So we want to be able to jump on that and utilize that as well. But yeah, currently at Ultra, we're doing a lot of internal restructuring, and we're doing a lot of sort of vision planning in the roadmap. We're currently in the testing phase of the launch pad, and today we just got this sneak preview of the design of the launch pad, and it's
Just a
looking.
moment. Sorry, are
Yeah.
you going to launch Launchpad, right?
Yeah, we'll be
Okay.
launching the launch pad in the next
Okay.
I won't give exact times here, but yeah, we'll be really, really soon. Yes, we're very, very close.
Okay.
And yeah, it's coming up quite quickly. The team's been working extremely hard. We've had a lot of late nights, making sure everything's ready, doing testing, and yeah, I mean it's exciting because this is going to be one of the sort of my first blockchain projects that I'm sort of leading my in this position. So yeah, I mean, for me, it's a huge step, but it's also great for me to be able to learn and meet all great people such as yourself, Slava, and connect with other like-minded people in the industry who want to build a safer, more verifiable sort of DeFi industry where people are going to be safer when they're investing and be more knowledgeable and gain more experience. So yeah, I mean that's the goals pretty much in the horizon. A safer, better, more advanced blockchain industry, and what better place to start than decentralized finance?
Okay. And what is your role in Ultra project?
So my role currently is the chief executive officer. So yeah, as I said, I just stepped up as Dave stepped down. So it's more like just a transition of leadership, really. And Dave's moving on to other things, and I saw the opportunity, and I loved the project the first time I sort of seen it, and yeah, it just drew me in, pulled me right into it, and it just felt like something I wanted and I had to do. So yeah, I mean it's been a fun journey already so far, and I can't wait to see what the future holds. It's going to be extremely bright. Yeah.
Yeah, it's exciting to watch your career since we met. You were
Yeah.
like a participant of Ultras and video. Now you
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
It's
Yeah, in a matter of under 2 months, I think it was. Yeah, yeah. So, um, yeah, I believe I just joined Ultra as one of their advisors, just sort of giving them general advice on how to market the project, what to look for when you're choosing a marketing company, and yeah, et cetera, et cetera, and that type of stuff, because that's been my previous experience. And yeah, it's definitely been a transition, and yeah,
yeah,
as you said, it's been fun to experience, man. I could imagine what it'd be like to watch. So yeah.
perfect. I know we already discussing with you this topic, but let's discuss it in front of
Yeah.
our
Yeah, definitely.
YouTubers.
Yep.
And why is the partnership with PureFi important for Ultra? And in general, what are your thoughts about ML in DeFi, anti-money laundering analytics?
Yeah, yeah. So I believe, I believe, especially in the decentralized finance, people want privacy, and I totally respect that. And I think we should definitely, yes, have the choice to opt in or out of privacy. But I also believe that we should also have as much data or information as possible to be able to make better, accurate decisions in terms of investment or in terms of moving money, through various digital assets or currencies or what have you. So I believe anti-money laundering is quite important because it's going to show the transparency of blockchain industry, the true transparency. And I mean, people are going to be able to look with their eyes and physically see, hey, this has had, gambling, and, this has been laundered, or this has been in, unethical projects. Being able to see that type of data, display it and say, look at this, but guys it's going to be easier to make investment decisions. It's going to be easier for larger hedge funds and centralized finance moving their money into that DeFi or into the blockchain space. So there's more about, it's more than just, well, for me it feels more than just a piece, a couple of bits of data on your screen. It's almost like this huge principle that I think should be a default in all applications across DeFi. I mean, yourself could probably explain it better, but yeah, I mean, I think it should just be a default, just like, BSC projects should by default bring out their own wallet or their own swap platform, because it's easy, to do that type of stuff. It's easy to get code off GitHub and, clone it yourself and build on it, build it better, or build it, the same, build it however you want. And that's the beauty of blockchain. And if we can interconnect that way, and we can provide a safer environment for new and existing investors, the whole industry is going to benefit. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And now we slowly move to the Twitter section, and we have questions from here. And one of the
Hmm.
question, how PureFi and UltraSafe are working together. And I will explain a bit again,
Hmm.
apart what being said. So actually, PureFi will conduct manual ML screening of all the incoming and outgoing transaction to ultra safe pool, and thus we will make certificate for ultra that they are compliant. From other hand, ultra will use our token to consume this service, and also soon we will launch farming on our dashboard, which is app.purify.io, where people can stake UFI token, and get rewarded by Ultra tokens. So stay tuned in our social networks and ultra safe social networks. We will announce it additionally. Okay, let's move on.
Hmm. Hmm.
Uh, Probably you actually address this question, but
Yeah, the milestones. Yeah.
yeah, about
Um,
milestones. Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, first off, like I'll start from, right from the beginning. First, we want a complete redesign, and rebrand of the entire company, but also, internal and external. I say this is the entire rebrand. So the way we perceive ourselves and our tonality and the way we talk to the community and how we are helpful. And then on the external, the website. So that's number one priority, is getting that new website, getting our roadmap, all that information updated, and pretty much displaying what the Ultra protocol is becoming. And I feel that's such a crucial part. And it's taken a little bit of time, but good things take time. You can't rush art. So we want to make sure that when we deliver, we deliver quality. And Kevin, our CTO, he's quite pedantic on making sure clean code, this works, that works. So he's all over that. After the website, we then want to launch the launch pad. So yeah, these are coming extremely soon. After the launch pad, we will then be launching our NFT marketplace, and further
And
down the
this is the
line,
next
yeah,
question from
yeah,
the community. Tell us more
yeah.
about an NFT. What are we going to do with it? Yeah.
Yeah, with the NFT, right, you guys. So with the NFT marketplace, we'll have for one, we'll have multiple features and functionality without revealing too much. We will be offering some incentive for artists, groups, having some pretty cool competitions. But ideally, it will be an entire sort of global DeFi marketplace. We do want to be able to build on obviously multiple chains and networks. That'll be probably in distant future, but yeah, with I want to reveal a lot, but I can't. You know, I'll look, guys, you're making me spill the beans. We're gonna have a bit of a scholarship program. I'll say that, okay? We're gonna have a program to encourage designers to get really creative, and we're gonna have some ultra rewards. Okay, I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna
Okay.
leave it at
Let's
that.
keep it in secret. All the
Yeah, yeah,
participants
yeah,
of this
yeah,
call.
yeah, yeah. They're all trying to squeeze everything out of me. These little mischievous guys.
Yeah. And actually, there are a few questions about further cooperation of PureFi and
Mhm,
Ultra
mhm,
protocol
mhm.
and all these DeFi products
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Ultra protocol gonna launch.
Yep.
PureFi will take care about their compliance. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I don't think I could have picked a sort of a better project to sort of look at in terms of a partnership, because you guys are hitting sort of all the right wickets. I feel, especially for DeFi, and in Purify's goals, and your guys' values as well, work ethics. I mean, it feels like it's not only a strategic approach, but it's also I feel it's an approach that most projects in DeFi should be considering, because you know people want to see that their investments are going to do well, and if they're going to be able to see a bit of information to help them be reassured and see better projects to invest in, then yeah, I mean, yeah, purifies the answer: security and verifiability.
Yeah, and here we have another uh, question about Launchpad. To
Mhm.
both of us, how the best Launchpad should look like, you think?
Mm. So I look, I feel with any launch pad, any design, no matter what you're doing, whether you're designing a product, whether you're designing an app or a website, doesn't matter what you're designing, user interface is everything. So it needs to be easy on the eyes, easy to understand, uh, easy to use, and yeah, it should function as intended. So
Yeah,
before you launch, make sure you iron out any major bugs. I mean, small things that aren't important, that a user may not encounter, you can obviously put them on a lower priority. But yeah, how it should look is definitely clean, easy to read, good on the eyes, and uh, a little thing that a lot of people sort of don't really use in design nowadays, but well, they're starting to now, is use color well. So color affects humans psychologically. So if you use a lot of cool colors, blues and purples and all that type of stuff, you're going to create, you're going to set the mood for your user. So yeah, go on Google and read up about how colors affect humans psychologically, and that'll help you with your design.
yeah. And from my perspective,
Mm,
we believe here in Purify that the future of Launchpad it's gonna be Launchpad with specific domain. Let's say a Launchpad for security project or Launchpad for ML projects or for compliance project. Uh, they're gonna act like incubators. They're gonna help to pick up a proper projects and to help them grow. Not just like we see right now. On a launchpad, there are a thousand, hundreds of different projects uh, for any domains, and actually they do not give additional value for this project, and people just
Mm.
buy random
Yeah.
ERC20 tokens and
Mm.
nothing to do with them. So on my opinion, the future for Launchpad, which gonna incubate a specific project for specific domains, probably, on my opinion.
Mm.
Okay, let's move to the next question. Here are a lot of them. Um, how do you think your project is shaping the future? I mean, UltraSafe.
I believe setting a standard. So obviously, not right now, but in the near future, when we do have our product out, we've gone through that sort of transition stages. I believe setting a standard for DeFi, decentralized finance. Sticking to your word, backing up your product, and moving forwards to sort of building a better blockchain industry. I think every project that starts in DeFi should at least have high ambition and high goals, and aim from and strive to achieve them, because that's gonna set a standard for new projects and new CEOs and new co-founders to try and jump into the space and do something and build something great. So yeah, I mean, what about you, Slava? What do you think?
I guess if we're talking about PureFi,
Yeah,
we'll,
PureFi. Yeah.
yeah, we will bring new standards, and we're
Mm.
gonna talk with regulators because we see specific problems that
Mm-hmm.
DeFi ecosystem has, which is
Exactly.
different from classical crypto,
Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
know how to address them, and hopefully regulators and the rest of the DeFi players gonna use our standards. And actually, right now we're in talk with dozens of DeFi projects. I mean, DeFi protocols,
Mm-hmm.
and they
Mm-hmm.
like how we address issues. By the way, the issues, the problems are already here. If you use, let's say, SushiSwap or Uniswap with your wallet, and then you go to some hardly regulated centralized exchanges, you're gonna have a problem because, for example, CipherTrace labeled all the DeFi exchanges as high risk.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
you just use your, let's say, again, Uniswap. You trade there, you get some profit, and go to centralized exchange in order to convert it to real fiat money, and you will
Mm-hmm.
get problem. So we want to work with the users of DeFi and businesses of DeFi from one side, and with the regulators and projects like CipherTrace, Crystal, and the rest of the ML providers in order to uh, address this problem between DeFi and classical crypto. So, on our opinion, it's not a good approach just to label all the DeFi protocols as a high risk, and that's all. It's not a solution, on our opinion. Okay, let's move on. On there is an interesting question. I don't know. It's rather just think about it. How do you see the Evergrande crisis in China affecting DeFi? Do you think it will? Do you think it will have an effect on it at all?
Mm. Yeah. I mean, I've been trading forex for many years now, so you sort of look at where that centralized money sits, And you know, I think like this is just my personal opinion as well, and I think that a lot of centralized money is sort of being brought into the blockchain industry, but it's also quickly being taken out. So we're not seeing a consistent growth. We're sort of just at a neutral level. But I do believe that Evergrande in China, I mean, every single bank in China is exposed to that one company, and they also have 28% or 24% of the entire country's wealth. So, yes, I do believe, and or with China also, I think didn't China just ban all crypto with with Bank of China and all that? I think they did, but
Yeah,
um, yeah, because I think that's going to definitely have some form of negative impact. And I mean, we have seen some, some negative impact on Bitcoin and the entire blockchain market and DeFi as well. So yeah, I mean, I think it has had some effect to DeFi and to blockchain as an industry. But yeah, what doesn't kill us only makes us stronger, right? So all we need to do is just get back up there and yeah, and keep working hard and striving for a better industry. So yeah, I mean, we need to build more blockchain companies that are, investment funds or hedge funds and venture capitalists and angel investors, and bring them into DeFi safely. And companies like PureFi are going to be able to help them achieve that and do that. So yeah, I do believe that that companies are sort of need to start looking at DeFi properly.
yeah. Do you have any plans regarding listing on other
Centralized. Yeah,
centralized and other like
yeah,
Polygon or maybe
yeah,
Ana?
yeah. So we do have a few plans. Tier one, tier two exchanges. Yes, they are in the works. It's not that we haven't forgotten about them. We're just sort of setting other priorities first, and then we're going to look at that volume that everybody loves. So yeah, they are coming up. Yeah, won't mention any names, but they are coming.
Yeah. And regarding PureFi, our marketing team and sales team are also working on listing. We are in communication with a few of centralized exchanges. We are also planning to launch our token on Polygon and have a listing on DEXs, first of all, DEXs on Polygon, and then listing on centralized exchanges. But we need to understand that this communication is too long. They have like
The
thousands.
process is long. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. They answer slowly, and they have a lot of requirements they need
Mm-hmm.
to meet before the actual listing, and we need to start from smaller exchanges and go to bigger and bigger, because
Yeah. Yeah.
bigger exchanges want to have previous listing on some smaller tier 2 exchange or tier 3
Mm.
exchanges,
Mm. Mm.
and they want to have uh, a lot of token holders. So go ahead and buy a few tokens, ask your mom and and friends to buy
Grandma, friends.
yeah, just to have as more holders as possible, just to meet requirements of centralized
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
exchanges. Yeah, there are a lot of questions to purify, and I try to pick specifically for UltraSafe protocol, since now we have guests and it's better to communicate with them, to ask them as more
Mm-hmm.
questions as possible. Um, and regarding the cross chain, do you have plans for different blockchains?
Yes, so we do have plans to have our launchpad integrated with multiple networks and multiple chains. So um yeah, ideally in the future we'd love to be able to integrate into any network. But that's a really big job.
Yeah.
So So yeah, I mean that's the end goal. That's what we're going to work towards. But right now, yeah, we're going to. I mean, yeah, Polkadot, uh, any of those for Matic, Moonbeam, anything in DeFi, we want to be able to integrate into them. Not just on the BSC. We sort of want to transition past that sort of Binance Smart Chain mindset that sort of everybody knows about, and sort of just show the project a little bit more professionally and everything like that. So it's yeah, we're going to start targeting different networks, and yeah, we do plan on launching across multiple. So get ready.
Are they mostly Ethereum compatible or different one?
I believe they will be. There will be some Ethereum. There will also. I can't reveal too much, but there will be others as well that
Okay.
are starting to pop up. So yeah, there's a bit of a clue, but yeah, we're in that process right now. So yeah, very exciting.
The next question, probably for both. What's the big step for PureFi growing and for UltraSafe growing? I will tell about PureFi. For PureFi, the next big step is to launch a product, is to launch an MVP. And before this, we're gonna serve as a service provider for ML analytics for projects like UltraSafe and a lot more. We're gonna announce it in our channels. So the nearest step is to get partnership with pre-IDO, IDO, and DeFi projects in order to provide them anti-money laundering analytics, to make farming pools with them. And the next thing is to have our MVP on the different DeFi projects like DEXs, farming pools, and lending borrowing protocols. Probably the first one will be our own dashboard, farming staking dashboard, and some smaller DEXs. What about UltraSafe? Do you have anything to add from your point?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, look, I think moving forward, I'm I don't want to give too much away.
Yeah, yeah.
Guys, look, yeah,
Actually, you actually
yeah,
answered this question. I
yeah,
just
yeah,
found this question again.
yeah,
There are a lot of similar questions.
yeah, yeah,
Probably there is also a question about PureFi smart contract. I will answer it quickly,
yeah,
and then probably we will finalize our session.
yeah,
In what is about PureFi smart contract. In our case, the smart contract acts as an intermediate between a user and the pool where tokens are about to be sent. The smart contract checks the purity of the assets, and if everything is okay, let the asset through, and if not, it sends back to where it came from. So as simple as that. Also, a different set of smart contracts are acting as an oracle to receive the ML analytics from different issuers. So again, there are a lot of questions to purify, and we answered them on previous AMA session, and we're gonna answer them in our group, because the most of them are mostly the same questions we have. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Today we were talking about UltraSafe. It's a great project. They rebranded to UltraSafe protocol, right?
Yeah, Ultra Protocol. Yeah, we're dropping
Ultra
the safe
protocol, yeah.
and we're just Ultra Protocol. Yeah,
Ultra
we want to.
protocol, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We don't want to. Yeah, we want to move out of that sort of space and that mind frame. So we want to go big. We'll go big or
Yeah.
go home, right?
Just as a reminder, we gonna provide ML analytics for Ultra protocol as it is, manually checking all the addresses of Ultra protocol. In return, they become our token holders. And also we're gonna have joint pool for both communities in order to stake UFI tokens and receive Ultra tokens as a reward. So that's all. Thanks for all your attention. Thanks, Zakaria, for your time. It was a good
No
talk.
problems.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's always good. Yeah. Hope PureFi's keeps doing well, and I'm always looking at the progress and jumping in the community when I can. And yeah, to you and your team, Slava, I wish you guys the best, and we'll see you out there.
yeah. Thank you. See you later.
See you later, Slava.